Hello. In my last video, we talked about what are the steps that you need to take before you inviting an influencer. Again, in that, I talked about homework and anybody who has a smartphone or social media account to be a potential influencer. So in the influencer game, we talk about this thing called nano influencers who has less than, I would say, 5,000 followers. But in a way, for me, everybody is a nano influencer. So imagine that I have 500 Instagram followers, but from that 500 I know a lot of them. So when I post something, they do ask me around, and they know who I am, and they know I have a good taste. So that tendency for them to go into your place is very high. So we call it engagement is very high, and then they have a particular loyalty. So which loyalty and lots of engagement is something that you don't really get if you go into like a very big influencer, because there are so much people to cater. So make sure on your newsletter, make sure when you do the billing, make sure you tell, like, do a review, please go to our Instagram, like us, uh, tell them that we have amazing TikTok, follow us. And then we might even have like certain things, if you tag the pictures, and these pictures are getting lots of traction, you can contact to them and say thank you for this picture tagging. Next time you come, or your friend will give you a 10% discount. Be innovative, use the tools that you have before you go to the next step. When you go to the next step, the lot of people tend to get this mistake of having people that has so much followers. I think having a lot of followers is very important, but you need to check. Imagine there's 100,000 followers, and then go into the pictures or videos and see how many people like this, how many people comment it. And if you have find it to be, like 100,000 followers and 100 likes and 5 comments, that's not the person that you are looking for, because they are not engaging with their community. And then choose what they are doing. There's lots of influencers in Sri Lanka. You don't really have specific influencers, because what I've seen is a lot of people, they ice travel influencers, but they also do a little bit of fashion, a little bit of everything. So make sure that you pick the right person. You need to work out, like, are you going for a, if your property is about 30,000 rupees, then you need people who has professional jobs. So you don't need somebody who has majority of their followers to be 16-year-old, right? Because again, work out your market base. This thing, you can talk to the influencer, ask them what type of age group that their followers are. If you are a good influencer, you need to have that test statistics. Make sure you talk to them. You can also do your own groundwork and go and just click the 10 the most people, and see what type of people they are reaching out. And also, just also make sure that go to their previous promotional work with a hotel or a travel agency or activity, and then look, do they do done justice to that. See what type of comments, and then make sure that social media is all about engagement. uh, the whole idea of the people are not trusting advertisement, they feel it fake. But if your influencer is also doing it like advertisement, then like every day doing everything, then the trust is low. So do this research. These are not rocket science. Just uh, you could spend 15 minutes on the social media on their profile, you'll got to know about this. So make sure you do that. And then communication, contact the influencers, see what type of a good response that is. Just get the response to them, and make sure that if they are professional, ask them the questions about what type of statistics, what is the last promotion what you did, and do they have anything. And then make sure, as we said in the previous video, when you do the contract, make sure they are responding properly. And also, we have to understand, if you are a hotelier, that's your product. If I'm an influencer, my product is to make your hotel famous, and in return, I'll get sponsorship, I'll get more followers. So influencers product is that. So you make sure when you invite the influencers to your hotel, you're doing more of a, how to say that, it's opportunity for them also, because you have to understand, a lot of people would tend to like, oh, my hotel is not getting a lot of business, I would get an influencer, or please come, and then you do take the pictures, and then don't give the power back to them, to the influencer. You have a really good product, make sure they come, have a good understanding, have a good communication, and say that you do a justice to our product, and then we do a justice to your product, because both of them are doing have their own products. So make sure you have the advantage. So simple. Think about nano influencers who are smaller influencers who has, I would say, anybody with a smartphone and a social media, use that. And then quality versus quantity, make sure that doesn't matter how many followers they have, make sure they have good track record, previous comments, previous paid work, make sure, and also make sure that are they talking to your audience. And last thing, any publicity is good publicity. Sometimes I've seen in industry, you'll get an influencer that is perfect for you, but you might not get the traction that you need. But sometimes you get an influencer or somebody who's not perfect, you do a random picture, you might get the business. But the point is, you have to optimize the opportunity. I always say that whenever you do something for your uh, product or your work, you need to add value. So following this simple, nothing rocket science here, you could add lots of value to your product. Thank you.